Spicy hot takes. Everybody loves a spicy hot take or unpopular opinions. Get some water because here's some spicy hot takes. Number 1, no Zelda. I don't ship it. The only exception is Skyward Sword. And maybe Breath of the Wild? Other than that, the romance just isn't compelling to me, and I feel the characters sorta work better just as friends. Especially in Twilight Princess, they barely even see each other throughout this game, for goodness sakes. Number 2, I don't want a Zelda movie. Yeah, I don't want a Zelda movie. Zelda as a video game is an interactive form of media. Removing that level of interactivity and agency would also remove a huge part of what I like about the games. That seems to be why I'm not a huge fan of most video game movies, though I guess I haven't seen Sonic yet at the time of recording this, so if you really had to make a Zelda movie, do something original. I would rather see something unique instead of adapting an already established story from one of the games, because if you did adapt a story from a game, it just wouldn't be the same. Number 3, I hate the bow in Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword may be a polarizing game for fans, but I personally like it a lot, actually. It's not my favorite, but it has some great dungeon design and unique items. The bow, however, it's just a pain to use. It feels like it's going through some awkward growing pains between the pointer controls from Twilight Princess on the Wii and the smooth gyroscopic controls of Breath of the Wild. It's a shame because the other motion controls in Skyward Sword work well enough, but the bow is a slow item that feels like a chore to use. It's too bad because I love the bow in most other Zelda games. Number 4, Spirit Tracks greater than Phantom Hourglass. This used to be an unpopular opinion, though lately people seem to be coming around to appreciate Spirit Tracks more. That said, I actually really enjoy both games a lot. Many people sort of disregard Spirit Tracks as being nothing more than just more of the same, coming off of the heels of Phantom Hourglass. But truthfully, I feel like the game is better in a lot of ways. It takes the established formula of Phantom Hourglass and fixes a lot of the complaints that people had with it. There's no more repeating floors in the central dungeon, that being the Temple of the Ocean King in Phantom Hourglass versus the Tower of Spirits in Spirit Tracks. Smoother vehicle controls for the train versus the boat, and the soundtrack and presentation get a huge improvement. I could go on further, but Spirit Tracks honestly does a lot right. Plus, it gave us a game where Zelda is a semi-playable companion character to Link, even if she is a ghost. That's not a spoiler, it's literally on the game's title screen. Number 5, I actually liked the breakable weapons in Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is one of my all-time favorite games of ever. Might be one of the best games ever conceived, in fact. Many people were not happy with the game's weapon system, though. In particular, the weapons breaking. Now, it's not a perfect system. I get it. And some things definitely would have alleviated the problems it did have, such as if a blacksmith were implemented, or say a way to buy and sell weapons. Issues aside, having your weapons break adds an extra layer to your inventory management, because they basically become consumable items. This means that depending on the scenario you find yourself in, you may have to choose carefully what item you want to keep, and which sword you're okay with breaking over Lizalfo's face. That said, it does have the unfortunate side effect of causing me to absolutely hoard and never use really good weapons. Number 6, I actually prefer the N64 originals over the 3DS remakes of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I can only sort of make this claim. I actually have not played Ocarina of Time 3D. I have played Majora's Mask 3D though, and I've played the N64 games a lot, of course. Since both games use the same engine, I think my issue is applicable to both. The 3DS remakes boast improved visuals and small quality of life changes, which go a long way to bettering the experience of these classic games. From a visual standpoint, they did great. Gyro aiming, also great. 3D functionality, I don't really care all that much, but something throughout this feels off. It's Link's walking. I know this sounds ridiculous to say, but you spend so much time as Link just walking. And one thing that Nintendo is good at is making movement feel good in their games. In the N64 originals, Link has a certain weight to him. He has a certain pitter-patter to his steps. You can really feel his movement. However, in the 3DS remakes of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, Link feels very weightless. His walk cycle doesn't feel like it's actually synced properly to his movements, so it feels like an animation that just plays while Link sort of weightlessly glides over the ground. The pitter-patter is gone. It's easy to overlook, but to me, it just feels like something is off the whole time. And because this is literally how you control your character, that makes it difficult for me to look past. This has been Spicy Hot Takes with me, Cap Bergerson. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Or whatever that is. Thank you to my Patreons. Roll the slide. Bye! Spicy Hot Takes. That's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. I want to give a shout out to my lovely patrons. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.